Hi! Today I'm having a day where I'm cleaning up a little bit in the garage. You know, having a day to just pick stuff up and put them in a place where they hopefully will end up being. And making some plans for future videos and projects in the garage. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about 5 rules for life. I really don't want to call it rules though. They're more insights or thought patterns that will help you. The reason I'm making this video is a comment my eldest son said a few weeks ago when I just started this YouTube channel. And I mean, I'm 45 years old, and so I want to believe I've gained some life experience. And you know, once I was a young man who really didn't feel very good, and I ended up growing a collection of bad habits. But then in my 30s, I started working on that. I started working on feeling better. And I went to a life coach. I went to a psychologist. I read hundreds of self-help books. I went to a pagan shamanic retreat to find some wisdom. And I read philosophy. And, you know, one thing I've learned is you can't just pick one thing and that's that. You have to follow that to feel good, because every life is unique and you have to adapt some things from one source, tweak it to fit you, and disregard the rest. There's some things that rhyme with you and something doesn't. Now, you just don't throw away things because they aren't easy. Some things I've kept are hard, but have led me to having the life I lead now, where I am happy for the most of the time, content and grateful. So if I can share something of that with you, well, that's great. And if it doesn't fit you, well, at least you know why I'm happier now than I've been ever. So yeah, let's crack on, shall we? The first one is Life Sucks and That's Okay, with the subtitle, but more importantly, you're okay. You know, life isn't supposed to be a free ride. Life isn't supposed to have no obstacles. There will always be obstacles in life. You know, and I've written down some notes here because there are quotes that I've written down in a little pocketbook of mine that I go to every now and then. Camus, a philosopher, said that we should embrace the absurd because life has no inherent meaning, yet we go on. And that is the quiet rebellion. You know, there are always bills to be paid, jobs that aren't really the highlight of our day. There's someone who leaves dog excrement on the pavement that we walk through in our nice shoes. Shit will always happen. Life will suck sometimes. But, you know, there's another philosopher called Kierkegaard who said that the only intelligent and tactical response to life's horror is to laugh defiantly at it. And I like that, you know, if you embrace that life sucks, that's just life that happens, you know. It was never meant to be smooth, and you can have fun anyway. Just accepting reality. It's easy to be bitter or end up bitter. Why does this always happen to me? Why am I not rich? Why couldn't I win the lottery this week either? Why does this person not like me? It's just the way it is. And accepting that is kind of hard, but when you do, it's kind of freeing, you know? The second rule for life or insight is manage your expectations. Now, the Buddha said that the less we expect, the less we suffer. And Buddha, he was big on suffering. But I remember when I studied in university, and whenever we had group assignments, before we started the actual work, I was always the one that said, okay, let's sit down and talk expectations. When do we meet in the morning? Where do we meet in the morning? If you're running late, when will you let us know? And stuff like that. So everybody was aware on what expectations were put upon them in that work. And so it's easier to live up to the expectations that are put upon you if you're aware of them. And also, people in your life, it's easier for them to live up to the expectations that you have put upon them if you have made them aware of what expectations you put upon them. And it's kind of freeing that as well, you know? If I don't expect something of someone or of a certain outcome, there is a freedom to that in your mind. It's the way I work, also the way I paint. I really don't have an image in mind when I start painting. I just let it grow. I don't have any expectations on my projects, on my art. It just happens, and I learn, and I grow from it. You know, there was this Roman philosopher, emperor called Marcus Aurelius, who said, you have power over your mind, but not outside events. And I think that rhymes with what expectations that are reasonable to have on people and things. You know, you can't expect for a person to never let you down. You can't expect a car to never break down. Life is easier when you manage your expectations. Now, the third one, the third rule for my life, it's probably the one I've carried with me the longest, but really haven't accepted until lately, where it started rhyming with me more. And it's something my dad always said. He always said to me, you're not dumber than the next guy. And I really didn't understand what he meant by that. Just, all right, so I'm average. But, you know, it's about learning. It's about being self-reliant. There is, if I'm having problem with the sink, I could call a plumber because I don't know how to do plumbing. But I can learn because the plumber is not 10 times smarter than me. He just have the knowledge and the skills that he acquired during his training. But I can learn them too. Back in the 1970s, when my dad and my mom bought their house, my dad had a screwdriver and a hammer to his name. And he accumulated more, and he went to the library and learned stuff to take care of the house. And now he is one of the most handy person I know in my life. There's this Socratic paradox that the only true wisdom is knowing that you know nothing at all. And of course, you know some things. You're not dumber than the next guy, but the openness of mind to not shut it because you don't know something. There is, like here on YouTube, there are so many instruction videos on how to do things, from tying a tie to fixing a car to probably building a rocket ship. So if those people can learn how to do it, so can I. There's nothing stopping me from doing that because I'm not dumber than the next guy. So that rule for life I really like. Now, here's one that's also a little insightful, or very insightful for me. It's, I am only in control of my own actions and nothing beyond that. Now there is nothing beyond our minds and our words and our actions that we really have control over. And the kind of sucky part is, though we control our actions, we really don't have any control over the consequences of our actions, but we have control over how we respond to those consequences. It's a little loopy. There's, the serenity prayer, accept the things I cannot change, and the courage to change what I can change, and the wisdom to separate the two. I believe that I have my word and I stand by it. And when I do something, I stand by it, because that way I can stand for the consequences of my actions and my words. Now, we're not completely powerless in life. We have influence. For example, if you and another person are up for promotion or something like that, and the other guy or girl gets it, the boss's decision is completely out of your control. But you have influence over that decision by working extra hard or having a bright idea or something like that. We have influence over other things. Like, we don't have full control over our body. We can get sick, but we can influence that by eating healthy and exercising and stuff like that. But the only thing we have control over is our words and our actions. That was rule number 4. Now, rule number 5 is, meaning is what you make of it. There's this French philosopher Sartre who said that existence precedes essence. He has a resemblance with a chair. The chair was a chair before the chair was born. There was someone who thought of a chair and drew a sketch of it and then made it. And it will always be a chair. With us humans, there is no template that is ready before we are born on how we are and what we will be and what we will become and our beliefs. So who we become is up to us. There is environment, there are genetics, there are upbringing, there are influence from peers and role models and stuff like that throughout our lives. But it's, We only control our own actions. So you weren't born. You weren't born with a purpose. You create it as you go along, and you can change it. And we can find meaning in mundane, everyday things, and we can find meaning in religion or in politics and stuff like that. But we also have the freedom to change that. My meaning of life now, or one of my biggest meanings, is to be a father and a husband, and taking care of my family and see to it that they feel loved and secure, and that they have food in their bellies and a roof over their heads. That's one of my purposes in life now. That wasn't a purpose in my life when I was single many years ago. I don't remember what my purpose was then. Probably feeling better, which mission accomplished. So yeah, that's that. Those are the 5 rules for my life, or my 5 mindsets that makes me feel good in life, that makes me go through life easier. And if some of them rhymes with you, please adopt them. Please just take it. It's yours too. And I wonder, and I'm curious, do you have any rules for your life or any insight that makes life easier for you? Share in the comments, because perhaps someone or me will find it and it will adapt to number 6 on my list. I don't know. I hope so. So this has been quite a different video. It's just me talking here and not doing anything. So I think, though, there is more substance to this video. So if you like it, please leave a like. And yeah, follow along on this journey in my garage. I'm speaking forward. I'm going to the dump again tomorrow with some stuff I'm lying around here, slowly but surely emptying it out to a point where I can actually do something really constructive here. And after the last project with the lamp for Eddie, I also feel that I need a win. So I'm going to paint painting for my meditation room. So that is also in the works. And I have also plans on making the wall where my workstation is a lot nicer. But that is just an embryo of an idea right now. So yeah, that was today's video. I hope I made sense. I hope that there was something about this that you liked. All right. Have a nice day.